What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another game analysis video. In this game, we are at home at Keyworth Stadium and we're taking on Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This game, I'm going to warn you guys right now, it's not the prettiest. It's very physical. There's a lot of long balls. That's just how Pittsburgh plays. And we also kind of played a little bit going into this game just to not to fall into the hands of Pittsburgh. What they want to press, they want to trap you. They want to kind of make things ugly and battle. So warning you right now, this is what that's looking like. The lineup is wrong. I'm actually playing left wing back, inverted wing back in this game. And then around the 30th minute or so, I switch over and I'm playing right wing back. So I'm 13, Matt Sheldon right here. It says I'm playing right back, but like I said, starting out on the left side. Anyway, here's the kick. Pittsburgh's going to start with the ball. They are the yellow team. We are in the maroon and blue. And to start off the game, they go over to the right side and hit a long ball down our left side. Dev takes the ball down and clears it up the field over to Elvis. Like I said, one of our principles of this game was not to overplay in the back, especially in the first 10-15 minutes. Now, here's my first defensive action in the game. I'm right here. As soon as Johnson takes this touch just slightly backwards, I'm going to get up tight on his back, push him, and try to win the ball. I think I get a little poke on it right here, and then I'm just going to continue my run, and I'm going to kind of block off where I've came from. Because if I go and block the inside here, he's going to play it right down the line, right to Johnson, the player that I left. So as I go, it's kind of called casting your shadow. You want to cast your shadow and block that side. Now, as Pittsburgh starts to attack here, I'm over here marking Johnson, and as it comes inside, I know that my center back's going to leave this guy to come inside, and I need to come around on this side. I think this is Kiza here. Come on the inside and poke that ball away. So as that ball kind of comes in centrally and closer to the goal, you want to condense, get tighter in, block the center, and allow those passes or those players out wide to be free. Williams wins the ball here in the center of the field, and he's going to play it over to me. You can just see that I'm dropping down, checking my shoulder, opening up, so I have space to look down the field and look forward. They start to press, and I see Ben Morris making a run towards the sideline, and I'm just going to move the ball and wait until a little opening kind of opens up right here to play into Ben, and then I continue my run inside down the field as like an underlapping run. Now here on this throw-in, it's just a kind of standard thing with Dev, my center back in the back of Johnson. I'm in the front, so that it's hard to throw in that ball towards him. It comes to me, and I just try to head that ball down the field as best I can. Throw-in, I'm just going to toss the ball into Ben, who's going to play it right back to me in the air. Since it's in the air here and it's tight, I just want to pop it up to my striker. If it was on the ground, maybe I could play right back to Ben or back to my center back. But again, having those principles of not overplaying the first 10-15 minutes into their press, I just wanted to get the ball up the field. Long ball all the way over to me. Here, I actually have time. I think I could bring this down. And I think Dev was saying time to me as well, but I just had the ball up and wide over to Ben, who plays it back, and now we can settle it, and I can look forward. And this, again, I kind of did a little bit too much of this, buying into their press and trying to play it too long. I think here, Dev is so wide open. That's one of those where I can recycle the ball and play it to him, and we can swing out the other side. So it's not bad to look into Elvis, especially when that was one of the things that we wanted to do. But I think in those situations, I can play. Now, receiving the ball, a lot of pressure coming from that line. I'm going to take my touch inside here, away from that pressure, so I can free up myself a little bit. And then I'm looking forward into Elvis popping right into this pocket of space. This is a movement that we worked on in this week prior to this game. We talked a lot about how this was going to be on because they're so aggressive. And then once you play it, third man runs, underlapping runs. So right here, me and Jesse actually both see this gap that's opened up since Hogan has stepped on Elvis, our striker, and we both run into this space, but it's covered well, and they're able to defend that. But I think that's a good movement, good sequence going up that left side. Now, through ball into Jesse, I have tons of time over here, tons of space. I make my run kind of diagonally inside, kind of towards goal, because I don't want to stay too wide, but I also don't want to close down my space. So I think that's a good area, but Pittsburgh recover really well. You can see already how many numbers they already get behind the ball, and they kind of snuff out that counterattack. I drive inside here, and I think right on the second touch when I drive inside, I think I can play right into Jesse, one of my strikers right here. But I'm looking for a shot. It's closed down well from the back, and he gets a little touch on it that just gets that ball out from under me, and then I just keep on repressing. I was looking to try to get a touch or two inside and look for a shot, but it was closed down pretty fast there. Ball into Elvis, who comes back to Ben Morris, and he plays it back to me. This is where I feel like I started to settle down a little bit, and you can see Devin just wide open, center back. Even my center mid Maxi right there is open. So I'm going to play back to Dev. They start to settle down now. It's 20 minutes in the game. They're still pressing, but that first 10, 15 minutes, they really come out hard. Now here, I really wanted the ball in between these two Pittsburgh players in behind. I think it closed up a little quick on Ben. He's on his left foot. He ends up playing it out wide for me, which is no big deal. I just kind of turn out, face up, face the defender, and try to attack. Ben takes a run down the line, which is going to free up this space right in the center of the field. So as he goes, I'm going to attack inside, come inside, and then now you can see Maxi just telling me to recycle it. There's nobody really in the center of the field here, so I'm going to play it all the way back to Dev and then stay inside, recycle, and Ben goes out wide now. So we establish a little bit of possession in their half. Just going out to apply some pressure, and I'm really forcing this inside here because of Ben Morris, one of my strikers, one of our front three players, because he's inside. If he was not there, I would be forcing a little bit more outside. So I know since he's there, I can take a little bit more of a wider pressing angle. Ball comes into me, just kind of keeping possession of the ball, playing it back to Dev, and Dev has a great entry ball right into Morris, and Morris does a good turn and drives down that side of the field. Here we end up losing possession, and this is a recovery run back, just getting all bodies behind the ball, tracking back, forcing out wide, and then Ryan Williams does a really good job to come over first that second pressure and tackle the ball there. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds for Pittsburgh. Throwing for Pittsburgh now, just applying a little bit of pressure to Johnson. He gets out of it, and then I knew Johnson. I've played with him in the past at Charleston. I know he's a fast player. So as soon as he takes that big touch, and to be honest, I think Johnson might be a little faster than me. I'm just holding him. I'm putting my arm across his chest. I'm getting my body in front of him and in between him and the ball, and I'm just holding him behind me. And then when he comes around and is forced to try to go after the ball, he has to go through me in order to get the ball, and it ends up being a foul. Great ball from Ben into Elvis. Great save from Eric Dick, the goalkeeper, and then ball pops all the way out to me, the left wing back, just playing back to Dev, recycling my run as Johnson starts to apply pressure. I'm going wide now to receive this ball, and so I can receive it now with a little bit more time and space and turn and look forward and start to attack. And to be honest, this is the frustrating thing about playing against Pittsburgh, is that they're so organized defensively that when you look forward, there's not much space. You kind of just, the only option is kind of cut inside and play backwards. And that's what they do really, really well. And that's what Bob Lilly, one of his principles of his team year after year, is just defensive pressure and organization. And that's just how they play. Now I'm kind of playing in this pocket of space, receiving the ball now. I'm turning. Here, I think I should whip this ball on left foot. I know it's my weak foot, but if it gets deflected, it's going to be out for a corner kick. I think this is a good option. We have a couple guys in the box. Get a left-footed service in here. Instead, I cut the ball back, square up again, try to cut in on my right foot and whip something with my right foot, and it's deflected just like what it would have happened on the left, but it's deflected backwards instead of out for a corner kick here. Receiving the ball and looking forward. Ben's making a good run in behind. Ryan's in this pocket of space, but again, I think it's well defended. Maybe if I have the perfect ball into Ben and behind, I think he could get there, but it's a tough thing to look at. So I drive inside. There's multiple players here blocking the middle of the field, and my best option is to play it backwards. You can see Maxi telling me to play it backwards here. So I played into Steve and continue my run up the field. And that's the kind of the theme of this first half, as you'll see once we get to the halftime and the stats. Anyway, little counterattack from Pittsburgh here. This is when I switch over the right wing back. So this is me here. And again, as that ball comes to me, I'm just kind of putting my body into this player, getting fouled because he either has to go through me to get to the ball or he has to go around me. So Kizza goes through me there and I end up getting a foul. Long ball over to my side. I'm applying pressure, just trying to block any service that's going to be served in at that moment. And then Jesse goes out to pressure. And then right at this instant, I'm going to leave here. And I'm hoping that one of my center mids, you'll see Maxi comes over and marks here. But I need to have that help defense for Jesse when this guy goes down the line, which is exactly what happens. I'm able to get a little bit of a touch on it, bounces to Jesse, and Jesse's able to try to play that ball forward. It ends up being out of bounds. So good team defense here. Now here, this is just to illustrate that I'm just watching my guy. It's very man-to-man on this corner kick. And then once I make contact with my player, I can find the ball. Because the most important thing for me is just not letting my guy score. If I hold my guy, bump my guy, and every single player is doing that, then they're not going to be able to score off a corner kick. Anyway, that was halftime. So as you saw, defensively from both sides, very good. Not many shots on goal, not many attempts, not many attacking the final third for either of us. Elvis had a great chance when Ben played him through, but other than that, there wasn't much. And you can see there's one shot on target the entire first half, and this is exactly what you expect when you play Pittsburgh. We knew this. Both us and Pittsburgh, I think, are one of the more solid defensive teams in the league. And so when you have two of the more solid defensive teams going at each other, it's usually not the best, most exciting attacking third kind of game. So here's the start of the second half, just applying pressure out to their left wing back now as I'm coming out here. Actually, I think that might be one of their center mids. That's one of their center mids. But here, as soon as I apply pressure and the ball comes out, I need to come back inside centrally and drop back, because here they overload it. They play that ball on the inside of me. It's a great through ball, and that's a dangerous opportunity. Another dangerous opportunity now as it's laid back. Another shot here. So as I go out and apply pressure, and once my job is done, tuck back inside, force everything wide, and try to stop that before it happens. Ball bounces all the way out to me. I try to have a go. Try to get my body over it, hit this down into the ground and see what can happen. I think it's blocked here. Yeah, it's blocked from one of the Pittsburgh, I think Hogan in the back. But I think that's a good option. I think it's bouncing to me. Not many times where it was laid up there, and I wanted to try to have a little shot on goal there. Receiving the ball, looking forward. Ben, I think, is making a run, or somebody's making a run down this sideline. I think that might be Jesse L, actually, but it's not two on. So I cut inside, play back to Maxi, and he plays it out the other side to Devin. My right center back, Bryant, has the ball, plays into me, back to the whole field. I'm just going to lay it up to Maxi, who's in a really good supporting position, one of my center mids right here. And then Maxi does a good job with pressure on his back, play that first time up into Elvis, but it's well defended from Pittsburgh. Like usual, to be honest. Jesse receives the ball, plays it back to me. I have some pressure coming in. I'm just going to shield the ball. To be honest here, I was trying to hit this ball off of one of these Pittsburgh Riverhounds players so it can go off of them and out of bounds. Ends up kind of somehow threading all the way through right into Jesse's feet. I'm going to be honest, I did not see him. I did not try to thread that through. I was looking for a deflected ball, like I said, out for a throw-in, but I'll take it. I'll be honest with you guys when that stuff happens. Michael Bryant now with the ball, plays it out. A lot of pressure coming, but I'm able to look up the field. Jesse's popping in this really good pocket of space. You can already see him checking his shoulder and looking at Maxi, and we know into Jesse, into Maxi, and find space on the other side of the field. That's what you want to do against a really organized defensive team like this that kind of packs it back. You really, really want to move the ball side to side. Now receiving the ball, looking forward, Jesse's making a really good run in behind. I didn't think it was 100% on to play this ball. I wanted to get a little more possession here. So instead of playing this and forcing it up, I'm just going to put my foot on top of it, play it back into Bryant, and then Bryant gets fouled here on the side of the field. Michael Bryant now with the throw-in. He's going to throw me the ball. I'm just going to shield this, bring it under control here. And when you have your back to the entire field and you have a guy right on you, you just want to bounce this out. And then with the player facing forward, he can switch the ball. And this is perfect sequence. It's tight over on that left side into Maxi. Maxi's a great decision to go over to the other side to Alex. Just doesn't connect, but that's a great decision, great ball. Another great ball, this time from Steve over in the corner. I'm just going to apply a lot of pressure, but not try to go up and win this because there's nothing I can really do. And I know that the defender there needs to get something on the ball. So I just kind of go up, apply pressure, and allow him to try to head the ball out for a corner kick here. And then sliding in to win this ball. Referee calls advantage, which I was a little frustrated about. I don't think that was a foul, but just tracking back now, trying to get something on it. Great entry ball in, and really well defended from Devin Amumensa, our center back, and from Alex as well. Then we get the ball, a little heavy touch, but out on the side of the 18-yard box. And I'm still upset about this call because Griffin takes a touch. It comes over to me. I get my foot in, and I poke the ball out. And then I felt like Griffin went through me, and I got fouled. We don't have the best angle of it, so you guys can decide for yourself, but I am 100% sure that I was able to get my foot in and poke this ball out. But I can tell why it happens in a split second there. And obviously I'm biased. I mean, I'm the one doing the narration. This is my game, my touch. Obviously I'm going to be on my side there. But luckily nothing comes out from that free kick on the corner of the 18-yard box. Next play. Ball's going to come all the way back into my side. I'm just coming back, trying to win this, get a little touch on it. Michael Bryant steps up, clears that out, and then it's going to bounce all the way down in another little sequence, another attack coming down this left side. And then ball in behind, but luckily not on the right page. They're a little heavy of a pass, and it goes out of bounds. Ball comes into me. This one, looking back at it, I could play Williams right here in a really good pocket of space, but having that pressure, having a ball bouncing, I don't think, looking back, when it's slow motion or paused, I think you can say so, but I think in that situation, I'm fine clipping that ball up to the striker. Receiving the ball now, edge of the 18, just attacking down the line and trying to get something. Well defended. I think I could throw a little bit more of a move, dip inside a little bit harder, try to get that defender shifted a little bit. I think it was a little predictable with just a slight body feint and attack down the sideline. Or if I attacked that ball when it bounced out to me a little bit faster, I think I could have got something a little bit more out of that sequence of play there. Reese Williams receives the ball on the side of the field. He's going to play it back to me. Lots of time to look forward. As I look forward, you can see that Michael Bryant, my center back's marked. Steve's getting back in position. There's no one really I can play the ball out to or up the field. So here, I'm just going to clip the ball forward into Matthews and hope that he can flick it on or do something there. Because I know I felt like I didn't have a clear option to really build out. Well defended once again from Michael Bryant. And then long ball from Steve just in the corner of the field now trying to win that header. Just glanced off my head a little bit. Ideally try to head that ball a little bit more internally so that we can try to get something on it. But yeah, receiving this ball, you can see Reese is in a good pocket of space, 3-4 Pittsburgh Riverhound players around me. So I'm just going to do a one-touch pass right into Reese, and then Reese tries to find Matthews up top. Pretty good sequence. And then try to win this, and then Maxi Rodriguez does a good job to try to get something out of there. And then 83rd minute, you can see Espeleta comes in for me for this game. So that was my last play of the game. And then to be honest, going forward for the next 18 minutes or so, I think we had one chance after this, but it was a lot of what you were saying. It was a lot of middle play, middle of the park kind of play. And then the last seconds of the game, Ryan Williams has a great chance, left-footed chance to try to put us up 1-0, but unfortunately doesn't come out. Eric Dick makes a good save, and that was the game. They ended up calling a few seconds after it. So 0-0, gritty game like you saw, a lot of long balls, not much playing, but it's a good result against Pittsburgh. It's a really good defensive team, and our main goal was basically just be defensively solid, no mistakes in the back, and hopefully try to get a goal. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the game analysis. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace.